Hi everyone. Please, we'll be starting very soon. Our guest is just joining us. Please just give us a few minutes. Good afternoon, Mr. Godfrey. Can you hear me, sir? Hello?
Hello? Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's good to have you here with us, sir. Good afternoon.
Thank you. Good evening from my end.
Oh, okay. Good evening, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
No. You can know from the way they.
Okay. Please, can we all just mute our mics, please? Let's just mute our mics. Okay. Except for our guest here, I would please implore every one of us to mute our mics so that we can hear him very well. Okay, so event has started. So I'd just like to quickly introduce us to Health Facts as a company and what we do here. This Health Facts is a health information blog. We're a website where we give out health information to people. We share information about health and lifestyle, how people can just live the best of their lives, in a healthy way. And that's just the kind of information that we put out here. We also correct misinformation. Most times people do not really know what is the right thing about a particular topic in healthcare and medicine, and that's just the kind of information that we try to put out. So we have had several editions of this. We have had let's talk about infertility. Last month we did let's talk about health insurance. So that's just what we try to do, and I believe that our audience are always here to like learn a lot from our guests. So we are very happy to have you here with us, Mr. Godfrey. I'm already here with my pen and paper just to like jot a lot. So today's edition is let's talk about obesity. This event is being held here on Zoom and it's also being held on our website. So if you are just new to this, you can join us on our website. You can leave your questions on our website, and from there we'll just read out some questions for Mr. Godfrey here. So today's let's talk about obesity, and it's not just going to be just strictly about obesity. So feel free to leave your questions about just health generally, diet, lifestyle, because it's going to be talking to us about truncal obesity. What really affects obesity? Is it diet? Is it exercise? What is the best way to, tackle obesity? That's everything we are going to be talking about. So please, everybody, just get ready with your pen and paper, and not just that, get ready with your questions. You can leave your questions here on Zoom. You can leave your questions on our website, and we'll be reading them out to our guests. But before we start asking questions, we want Mr. Godfrey to just give us, a brief overview of obesity, truncal obesity, diet, lifestyle, exercise. He's a nutritionist, is a certified dietitian, nutritionist, and from that you already understand that everything that has to do with diet, and he's just ready to give out all of the information about that. So please feel free to ask your questions. But before that, I'll just give him about some 20 minutes to just talk to us about obesity and diet. So thank you, Mr. Godfrey. Over to you, sir.
Thank you once again. I did not get your name, please.
Oh, my name is Damilola.
Damilola, yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for this great opportunity. Firstly, I want to appreciate Health Facts for the amazing work that is really being done. And some days back, I had to go across some platforms to. I hope I am being audible, right?
Yes, I can hear you.
Audible? Okay. Just
Yes.
to confirm. So I had to go through some platforms to check out Health Fact and the works that they've been up to, and it's really amazing to see such organization doing what they are really doing, and it's really a big plus for the society and the
Thank you,
community
sir.
at large. Yes.
Thank
So
you, sir.
in Nemesis Godfrey, I can see some persons on the call: Mr. Abdulaziz, Awoyemi, Oluwapelumi, Ezinne Bello, and my host here, and Kiki Okpe. Okay, yes, I can see you also. Thank you very much for joining. It's a great privilege. And firstly, I want to promise us all that this will be a great session, and I want to tell our listeners and viewers across all platforms to stay put and always follow health facts on all the available platforms. So, to the main business of the day, what is obesity? Okay, I would like to start this way, that obesity is a form of malnutrition. That's it. Obesity is a form of malnutrition. And when we talk about malnutrition, what do we mean by malnutrition? Malnutrition is a situation whereby the cellular ingredients, the cellular nutrients needed by an individual, important keynote, needed by an individual, is either not up to the amount needed, or it is above the amount needed. So there are majorly two types of malnutrition. There are two types of malnutrition. We have the undernutrition and we have the overnutrition. So once the nutrient requirement is not being met by an individual, it is undernutrition. And when the nutrient requirement needed by an individual is beyond the amount, it is basically overnutrition. And our subject matter for today falls under the category of overnutrition. So obesity is a form of malnutrition. Now, there are, now let me say this. I want to be as simple as possible. I would avoid using some terms or terminologies, so that our audience across board would really understand and get the benefit of it all. So there are some myths about obesity, and I will speak to that fact for a few minutes. One myth about obesity is that it is only the rich, the high class in our society that is affected by it. I will say a big no. It is not just the high class that is affected by obesity. Everyone can be affected, both children, both teenagers, both young adults, even the aged can be affected. So there is no categorization to who can be affected. Everyone can be affected. Second myth is that people that are obese are enjoying. My brothers and sisters, people that are obese are really not enjoying, because they are not in the right state state of health, so to put it. They are malnourished. And if you are malnourished, you are sick. You are not well. Like you are like every other person that needs medical attention. So anyone who is obese needs medical attention. And I would like to put this advice very quickly. I have worked in the clinical sector and I have seen things, and I have engaged in various community outreaches. So I would say this, please, once you are going to the hospital, to any clinic to see the doctor regarding obesity, like you are obese, and that's the key factor that's taking you to the hospital. Most hospitals may not really straight up to a dietitian. Once you are taking to meet the doctor, please request to also see a nutritionist or a dietitian. I'll come again. Once you are going to the hospital for the case of obesity to see the doctor, please request. It is your right. It is your right. Request to see a nutritionist or a dietitian. See, the truth is that the fact is that not all medical doctors, so to say, would really tackle the root cause. And there are various causes of this issue called obesity. So it is the nutritionist or the dietitian that would really talk with you, inquire, and know the best way to tackle this issue. Because basically the medical doctor will just give you some prescriptions, some drugs to take, and more than 70%, the solution to the issue is not drugs, it's not medication. If only you can meet up with a nutritionist who will help you locate the root cause, and from that the solution will be very handy. Yes. Moving forward now, there are basically three major types of obesity. There are three major types of obesity. There is the first class obesity, there is the second class obesity, and there is the third class obesity. The third class obesity can also be referred to as morbid obesity, and that can lead to death. So someone that is in the third class obesity, there are slim chances that probably if immediate attention and care is being given, that can actually be halted. So there are majorly three classes of obesity: the first class, second class, and the third class. Now, how would you know that you are obese? How will I know that I am obese? How would you help someone else know that you are obese? The fact that somebody is physically big does not necessarily mean that he or she is obese. Someone can be a giant and not obese. Someone can be huge and not obese. So now the question is, how can you know you are obese? That's what is called BMI. It is body mass index, BMI. It is body mass index. This is a nutritional tool that is used to assess nutritional status of individuals or population, and it can help ascertain whether an individual is obese. So basically, BMI is your weight over your height squared. So you measure your weight in kilograms, in kg, what you are weighing, to the ratio of your height, the height in meters. So your height square. So let's say an individual is weighing 60 kg. You step on the weighing scale, you are weighing 60 kg, and your height is, let's say, 1.6 meters. So it is 60 divided by 1.6 squared. So that will be your BMI. So once you make that calculation and the figure is less than 18.5, is less than 18.5, that means you are underweight. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So once your BMI is less than 18.5, you are on the weight. Then if your BMI is is between 18.5 to 24.9, you have a normal body weight. If your BMI is between 18.5 to 24.9, you have a normal body weight. And if your BMI is between 25 to 29.9, if your BMI is between 25 to 29.9, you are overweight. You are overweight. So now, at that stage, you are at the cross line between normalcy and being obese. So now, once your BMI is 30 or greater than 30, you are already obese. You are experiencing obesity. Remember, I made mention that there are majorly 3 classes of obesity: the first class, the second class, and the third class, and which is also referred to as morbid obesity and can lead to death. So now, once your BMI is between 30 to 34.9, that is first class obesity. 30 to 34.9, that is first class obesity. Second class obesity is when your BMI is between 30 to 39.9, that's second class obesity. And the morbid obesity, which is the most dangerous, is once your BMI is 40 or greater than 40. So those are the major things to note about obesity. I've spoken about malnutrition, the majorly 2 types of malnutrition, and we spoke to the fact that obesity is a type of malnutrition, and also like every other illness or sickness, it requires medical attention, medical help. Yes, I can see a senior friend and mentor of mine on the call. Emmanuel Igbe. Thank you very much, sir, for joining. I am glad to have you on the call. So now I would say this. There are some categories of persons that we do not do BMI for, so that you don't misinterpret that, okay, oh, this person is so is obese. So there are some class of persons we don't do BMI for. I will quickly make mention of them. Number one kind of people we don't do BMI for are bodybuilders. Those guys that gym, the wrestlers, we do not carry BMI. We do not do BMI for them because it's not a true representation of body fats. Because for bodybuilders, it is more of muscle mass compared to fatty mass. So we don't carry BMI for bodybuilders. We do not also do BMI for pregnant women that are under pregnancy. We don't do BMI for them. Thirdly, also, we don't do BMI for individuals who are very old, the aged. We don't do BMI for them. And also, lastly, we do not do BMI for children. So for children and adolescents who are not yet adults, so that there is a kind of BMI that is done for them, and that kind of BMI is called the BMI for age. BMI for age. So this is a kind of BMI done for children and the adolescents. Now I would move further now very quickly so we could have questions coming in. So now there are some complications. There are some complications of obesity. There are some complications of obesity, but before then, I will speak to some of the predisposing factors to obesity. So what are those things? What are those factors that could lead someone to becoming obese? Number one is genetics. Genetics. So genetics, this is basically the transfer of characteristics, some parental traits from parents to offspring, and so genetics is one predisposing factor to obesity. So if a parent is obese, there are tendencies that the offspring, the child of such a parent, can also be obese. Number two predisposing factor is environment. What kind of environment an individual in, the culture of that environment, the beliefs, the practices, even family practices, important practices, religious beliefs, cultural beliefs, traditions. So these are all environmental factors. Also is social factors, peer group factors. I'll not be speaking to those items because of time, but one or two key factors that I will speak to is lifestyle. Number one is lifestyle. So for an individual, an individual have a greater say of whether he or she would either be on the weight, be normal weight, or be experiencing obesity, overweight and obesity, as I have earlier listed out, that can be calculated through a tool known as the BMI. So, lifestyle, how are you living your life? Alcohol intake, smoking, all these things can affect us. For individuals who takes more of carbonated drinks, you take your Coke, your Fanta every time. I have persons who permit me to use this word, live on carbonated drinks, and it's not healthy. Instead of carbonated drinks, why not go for your natural water? Water is so good that, in fact, we are advised to take water at all times of the day. First thing when you wake up, because it activates your system, number one. It helps to detoxify your system. So water is important. Even after meals, we should take water. Before going to bed, we should take water. It helps reduce the risk of coming down with hypertension. Please, my audience listening to me now and persons who will later watch this video, please let us cultivate the habit of taking water at all times. So lifestyle is one aspect, and inactivity also is part of lifestyle. Are you an individual who is always physically inactive? You are always on your bed. You wake up in the morning, you are indoors, you don't go out, you don't stretch your body, you eat, you don't make do of that energy provided by the food that you have eaten. Inactivity, this is one key factor that can lead to obesity. And please permit me to speak to this. See, food, everyone eats food, right? Everyone eats food, and food is very important for life. But most people don't know this. Please listen to me. Food contains nutrients, and it is this nutrient in food that are being transformed by the body, used up by the body. They are transformed mostly as energy. So the energy is gotten from the food that we eat. This energy is used for your basic body metabolism, your breathing, your heartbeat, your eye function. Mention it. It is from this food, this energy gotten from the food, that is made use of. Yes, please.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Godfrey. Just because of our time, we've already spent like half of the time. So I'll just love
Okay.
if we can start like bringing in some questions. So because I'm sure our audience, they have some questions to ask. So I don't know if that would be
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you so
Yes,
much,
that's
sir.
fine.
Thank you. Yes, I've really like jotted a lot from what you have discussed with us. So I would just like to ask a question at first. I would like to find out if
Okay.
it's possible to be overweight and still be healthy. Is it possible for someone to be overweight and still be fit? Maybe like health-wise, um all their tests come back as being normal. Probably their cholesterol level is still normal. Everything about them is normal. Probably even their blood pressure, their blood sugar, everything is normal. but then they are overweight. Is that actually possible?
Oh, okay. Thank you for your question. Remember at first I made mention that being overweight is at the red line already. Being overweight is giving you red signal that okay, there is something happening that you need to be careful of. I've not spoken to the fact that once you are overweight, there are some things that happens in your body. That was where I was about to dive into the complications of being overweight or obese. So once a person is overweight or obese, there are various things that it could lead to. It could lead to heart issues. So you you can be having difficulty in breathing. That's one. Two, being overweight would reduce your ability to be active, your ability to be physically active, because the your ideal weight, your present weight now is beyond your ideal weight, which would be like a burden to your skeletal system. So it will be a pressure down on your system. It can lead to hypertension. It can lead to hypertension, high blood pressure. I don't want to use the medical term because of some of our audiences, but it can lead to a situation where there is increase in fat, which can block your blood vessels. So it will block your blood vessels, atherosclerosis. It can lead to arthritis. So these are some critical issues we need to be careful of, and that's why at the beginning I said an individual who is obese needs medical attention. Such a person is sick. In simple lay terms, you are sick, you are not well. You need to go see the doctor. You need to see a nutritionist or a dietitian to help you out. So these are some of the issues that can arise as a result of this condition called overweight or obesity. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. I think you mentioned that we don't do BMI for people that are probably like bodybuilders, pregnant women and the
Yes.
likes. So I'd just like to ask that for people that are not bodybuilders, but they probably have muscles and the likes, how can they tell the difference in their weight being as a result of excess fat or just muscles? Some people don't have that much like muscle mass that is so evident that maybe they are bodybuilders and all. So how can they know that, oh, never mind, I'm just overweight, or my BMI is just showing that I'm overweight because I probably have a lot of muscles. So how can we like tell the difference that no, this is fat and this is muscle, or which one should how we know when to be worried in that instance?
Yes, for such there are some tools that can help to ascertain the nutritional status of individuals. I did not speak to those tools. We have the anthropometric means of assessment. We have the biochemical means of assessment. we have clinical assessment and also dietary assessment. But the one that can easily be carried out by people at any time is the anthropometric assessment, basically making use of your weighing scale and your itometer. So I made mention of the fact that how can you check your BMI? Your BMI is the ratio of your weight to your height squared. You know, your weight over height squared. So any individual that is not a bodybuilder, definitely you can carry BMI, you can perform BMI check for them, noting that I have given a list of the categories of persons that we do not do BMI for: bodybuilders, pregnant women, the aged, and children.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir. So I think we have quite a number of questions. So that we can get through it, I would just like if we can just answer them just like very shortly. I'd like to ask a question that we have
Yes.
here on that. It says,
Okay.
how can obesity that is due to hereditary be managed?
Yes. Basically, obesity generally can be managed mainly two ways. Your diet, number one. If it is via genetics, hereditary, that it is being gotten, majorly two ways: via your diet and your level of exercise. So as medical practitioners, we are very careful of what we put out in the public domain, because treatment or health care is not generalized, it is individualized. So based on the individual involved. So there are some key things that I may not be able to say here, but once you go face to face with your doctor or the dietitian, he or she would really guide you on what to do. But generally, basically via your diet, food intake, and level of exercise, level of physical
All right.
activity.
Thank you, sir. I think there's someone raising their hand.
Yes.
Mr. or Mrs. TM Oluwatosin Adeyeye. Please, you can unmute your mic and ask your question.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Hi, good evening.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Godfrey. I just have a question. There's this thing going around saying that
Okay.
the food environments might actually have an influence on obesity. What
Yes.
do you have to say about that? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I would like to say, firstly, to appreciate Mr. Oluwatosin. Is one of my colleagues in the field. So when we talk about food environment for our audience, this is the totality of means or how one gets food, the availability of it and its usage. So the food environment can have a large say in this our subject matter for today, obesity. So the food available to an individual, how an individual makes his or her choices from the food available, how the individual prepares the food, the manner in which he or she, the mannerism, the cooking utensils available, the cooking skills of an individual, the food eating pattern or habit of an individual, all these composes the food environment, and it has a say on this. So the food environment, yes, have a say whether an individual will be predisposed to obesity or not. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you so much, sir. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Adeyeye, for your question. Okay, so there's also a question here in the chat. Thank you so much for the impactful session, sir. I have a question. Is it okay to allow children eat sweets, junk, and whatever they like, since they are always active? Won't that protect them from getting obese?
Thank you for that question. I really like this question because childhood obesity is now becoming so prevalent. That's the word. So prevalent in our society today because of our food system. Because, excuse me, please. Because of what is available in our environment, what is easily available. So when preparing for this session, I made a note on some of the factors that influence food intake. And I said earlier on that food intake is one major factor that can either make one obese or not. So our food is critical. The kind of food that we take, most individuals, we are so busy that we really don't have time for ourselves. And often than not, it is not that our time is not enough. It is just that we don't plan well. We don't manage our time well. So most persons go for fast foods, readily available foods, carbonated drinks, all these sugary foods, pastries, cakes, pizzas, burgers. All these are food that can be easily accessed in our environment, and so to say, they are cheap. Yes. So it is just get and eat, straight up. Get and eat. So we are preaching the gospel of fresh foods, homemade foods. They are more rich. They are more beneficial to our bodies. Please have a home garden where you plant little crops, that your pepper, your lettuce, your green, your tomatoes, that once you need all these things, you can just go to your garden and have them prepare your food. Please, let us reduce the intake of fatty and sugary foods. Let us reduce the intake of canned foods, because these things contains much sugar, high fats, much preservatives that at the end of the day will be harmful to the body system. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, sir. So I'll just go to the website. We have some questions there already.
Okay.
There's a question here. How much of belly fat is considered healthy for a man who does not really desire six packs? Can I still have some tummy fat and still be considered healthy?
Please come again with that question. Interesting.
Okay. How much of belly fat is considered healthy for a man who does not really desire six packs? Can I still have some tummy fat and still be considered healthy?
Okay. Thank you for that and the individual that asked that question. Belly fat is a form of obesity, and there are two kinds of how would I put it now in a simple term now? Two kind of body shapes that could be tied to obesity. One, we have the pear shape, and secondly, the apple shape. The pear shape is like this, right? So there are much accumulation of fat below at the truncal level of your body system. So that could be at the belly region or thereabouts. So basically, that leads to increased visceral fat, and visceral fat is not good for you. For the individual asking this question, visceral fat impedes the proper normal functioning of other organs at that visceral level. So once you're having belly fat, so to say, the functioning of some vital organs is reduced. So why do you want to have visceral fat? Or because our society has classified that once you have visceral fat, you're a big man. No, belly fat is not an indication of big manism. It is not. So you need to take care of yourself and check what you consume. Reduce alcohol intake. Be physically active. Why not go do some exercises? Exercise is good for you, it makes you active. It even increase your self-image, it increase body immunity. So there are more advantages not having visceral fat than just for your wish to have visceral fat. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, sir. I think Mr. Oluwatosin Adeyeye is raising his hand again. If you are,
Yes.
please just unmute your mic and please go ahead and ask your question.
All right, thank you very much, host. Thank you very much, Mr. Godfrey. I won't lie, I've been educated. So first thing first, about the question asked, I think someone asked the question about how that is it okay to actually allow children to eat sweet junks wherever they like. I want Mr. Godfrey to actually provide some clarifications as to
Okay.
how the dietary habits of the child may actually play a big role in the consumption of these.
We did not get the last part of your statement, please, Adeyeye.
Hello, sir. Did you get that? Can you hear me first?
Okay.
Yes.
Can you hear me, please?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear Mr. Adeyeye. Please just
Mr. Godfrey,
I don't know if Mr. Godfrey can hear. Hello, Mr. Godfrey.
Yes, I can hear you now. Please, I wasn't getting Oluwatosin, well,
Yes,
the
yes, sir.
network was fluctuating.
Can you hear
Okay.
me, sir? Can you hear
Yes,
me,
I
sir?
can hear you now.
All right. I just
I
wanted you
can, I
to
can.
provide.
Speak on, speak on.
Okay, so there's a question about how is it okay to actually allow children to eat sweets, junks, and whatever they like, talking about the SSB. So I just wanted you to provide some clarification as to how
Okay.
dietary habits can actually play a role in this, because I know it's a very big one. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very
And
much for.
also just to add, I don't know, I've been growing this belly. I know you talked about pot belly. Someone asked a question about having this the belly. Yeah, someone talked about belly. So I just wanted to ask that. Hope I'm still very much okay because I'm growing belly now. I don't so I would like to actually seek for your counsel in that regard. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Tosin, for the last aspect. You would know better if the belly is fine for you or not with your own knowledge and
I
the
think I
things
think
I
at
have
this
said so far.
I
Thank
think
you.
at this
So
point, sir.
to the first question, I will not only limit it to only children. It's cut across. Remember, I said obesity can affect everyone, be it children, teenagers, young adults, the aged. So this is a general advice. Sweets, so to say, sweets, junk food, they are not healthy. Simply, they are not healthy for you. They are not healthy for anyone. What what all these things just do is to satisfy your sugar craving. They they just make you full and no health benefits, so to say. So instead of going for junk food, why not go for healthy foods? Your homemade food. Please, I am encouraging every one of us on this call and everyone that will be listening to this broadcast later on to please let us increase our consumption of fruit and vegetables. Fruit and vegetables are so important. They are so critical to helping us stay healthy. Please, in fact, you can take fruit and vegetables at any time of the day, in the morning, before meal, with meal, or during your meal, after meal, before going to bed. You can make fruits your snack. Please, let us try to imbibe snacking on fruit and vegetables. Please, let's reduce our intake of highly fried foods. All these things, junk food, burgers, pastries. Let's reduce it, and at the end it will be a plus, a good for the individual, for the family involved, for our community and society at large. Because if you are sick, your productivity would be reduced, and there will be financial costs to that. Your family will not be at rest because they'll be running helter skelter, spending money, going to the hospital to get medication, see the doctor. Do you know that you pay more to see the doctor than to stay healthy? I'm sorry for my doctor on the call, Dr. Emmanuel. Please, let us learn to spend money on ourselves for us to be healthy. Let's not spend more on drugs, going to the hospital for medications. You can stay healthy with healthy food. Remember, good food will result to good health, and good health generally would give you good life. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. So there's a question on the website, actually, where someone was asking about your opinion of weight loss drugs. But because of our time, I'd like to add another question to that, which is that apart from just weight loss drugs, we have a lot of diets out there. You have the ketogenic diet. So people say, oh, you should follow the Mediterranean diet and all of that. So what is your opinion of this? Apart from just, I want you to speak on the weight loss medications, but then also diets that people do observe. Some people observe the low carbs, high fat diet. Some people want the high carb, low fat. Some people want just protein. So what do you think about this? What kind of diet would you advise based on probably even a diabetic patient? Would you say, okay, this kind of diet is good for you, and just a generally healthy person, is it okay to observe a particular type of diet? And then also weight loss medications, are they effective? Are there any weight loss medications out there that are actually good for anybody to rely on for weight loss? Thank you.
Thank you very much for those questions. Now, firstly, speaking to weight loss drugs, see, we should be very careful on how we take drugs, on how we take various medications. See, there are different people out there with various aims and intentions. Some persons are just on the internet to make money. Basically, they don't care about you, so they just push out anything, push out different informations out there that are not it. So please, let's be careful on where we get our information from the source that we acquire our information from. Now, weight loss drugs. See, the truth is that yes, it can be a way out, but it may not necessarily tackle the root cause. As I've said earlier on, once the root cause is not known, you will not be able to get it right. See, if the root cause is your diet and you are taking medication, you are going to the hospital. In fact, there are some doctors that would prescribe various drugs for you. They can prescribe it, and maybe for some time, for a short while, you are seeing changes and you are happy. But in the long run, something else can be the resultant effect. So that is why I advise at the beginning of this session that once you go to the hospital, to the clinic, with the aim of addressing the issue of obesity, and you are meeting the doctor, please request to also see a dietitian or a nutritionist. Let them work hand in hand. You can also add to see a physiotherapist who can guide you on the kind of exercises or physical activities to go for. Now, join it to your second question, which is what, please?
About diets.
Diets. Now, the truth is that there are different diets out there. You don't just see what is working for Mr. A and adapt it to yourself and thinking it will work best for you. If it worked for Mr. A, it can be a danger to you It can even cause your death. Let me be plain and frank here. So what worked for Mr. A may not necessarily work for you. And that is why I earlier stated during the course of this session that medical management, the management of a condition is not generalized. It is based on the individual involved. And do you know something that is killing some persons unknowingly is that they are having some underlying factors, some underlying health issues they may not be aware of, and their whole aim is this obesity, and they are tackling the obesity. Yes, you may succeed in that, but you are causing harm to yourself in other factors, in other areas. So an individual can be obese. That same individual can also have hypertension. That same individual can have blood issues. So you don't just muzzle up one singular treatment plan for an individual and muzzle up that same treatment plan for another individual. That could be a death sentence. And that is why I say that there are some certain things that I may not be able to say on this call. But please, if you are really concerned and you need help, go to a health facility to see the doctor, go meet a nutritionist or a dietitian to help you out. So there are different diets out there, but not all diet is meant for you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. I think we have actually overshot our time. So I'd just like to ask more final question that someone asked on this page. You know, I think you mentioned that we do not use BMI for bodybuilders, pregnant women and children. So this person is trying to find out that in that instance, how then can we determine if these people are actually overweight or obese, especially children? Is it possible to ascertain if a child is obese, since you said we do not use BMI for them? In what way would we do that? Mr. Tosin, I'll get to you once he answers the question. Please, sir, we have already overshot the time, so we can just help us keep it really short.
So for children, remember I said obesity can affect everyone, everybody. You can think of male or female, young and old. But for children, we do a special kind, children and adolescents, we do a special kind of BMI, not this particular one. I made mention that whereby it is the ratio of your weight to your height squared. No, there is a special kind of BMI done for children known as BMI for age. BMI for age. That is not the main focus of this course, so I will not be diving deep into it. So the next question, please, Mr. Tosin.
All right, just a quick one. Thank you, Mr. Godfrey. Considering the fact that a lot of us are currently in the labor force, and you talked about the food environment, it's very hard for us to actually get the healthy food, and even these healthy foods that you talked about are quite expensive. So how do we go about that? Considering the fact that healthy foods are very unavailable, if that makes sense, inaccessible, and sometimes very expensive. So what can you say about how can we make that healthy choice such that we don't fall into that category of people that make unhealthy food choices? Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Tosin. So yesterday I had an health session with my organization where I made them understand that you are responsible for your own health. You are responsible for the outcomes of your body. So take care of yourself. Do the needful. If you don't do it, no one will do it for you. Please, let us not be so lackadaisical about our well-being. Let us handle ourselves well. So now, being in the workforce that demands your time and the environment can be a contributing factor. Please let us make wise use, make wise do of what is available in our environment. Let's set aside time to go to the food market, source for good foods for ourselves. We cannot deny that in Nigeria, we are blessed with so much good food and we farm. So you can also own your home garden, your food garden, plant something. Secondly, see, working, being a civil servant is not an excuse. See, remember I said you are responsible for your own health. Wake up early, make your meal yourself. Make your meal, pack your meal, take it to your working place. During your time for break, come on, you have the luxury of time. Eat your meal. When you get back home, come back, have your shower, cook your food, rest, take a walk. Let us imbibe. Come on, let's take care of ourselves. Go for jogging. At least 30 minutes. It's not harmful to us every day. Weekend is there. We don't work 2-4-7. So those times that we are free, let's manage our time properly. Most of us, we don't manage our time, and that's why we always opt for fast foods, sugary foods out there. Our environment is blessed, and the food system is not an excuse, 100%. Thank you very much.
I have an objection, sir. Just a quick one. Host, I'm very sorry about it. So it's just that I need some clarity about what it is. So considering the fact that you're staying in Lagos, the light of the present day Nigeria, of course, you stay in a city, you don't have access to fruits and vegetables like you do in other rural settings, yeah? And you wake up very early, you close very late at night. And then you talked about the fact that you must get a good rest and all that. But how can you find the time, considering the fact that you just have a limited time to actually rest, wake up early in the morning and do also? So where's the time? There's actually no time to actually prepare that meal that you've always wanted to. So is there any wiggle room around that? What do you think, sir?
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Tosin. Quickly, once there is a will, there is a way out. Once you have the will to sort it out, there is a way out. There are delivery services, so many in Lagos. In fact, it's their hub. Delivery services are there. There are restaurants that you can place your orders to, and they will get it delivered to your office or your home. So, Mr. Tosin, once there is a will, there is a way out.
They are expensive, sir. They are very expensive.
Yes. Being in Lagos.
I'm not yet a big man, sir.
So you can also own a garden, you know. You can get a pot, a basket, fill it with sand, Moreover, we are in the rainy season now. Fill your pots with sand, get seeds, plants, grow it, grow tomatoes, grow pepper. You can grow garbage, anything. Grow what you would want to eat. You can grow cucumber. Yes. You
I
can
will
grow
try.
lettuce. You can grow green. Yes.
I will
So
try.
so once there is a will, because of our time, Mr. Tosin, once there is a will, there is always a way out.
All right. So
Yeah.
thank you very much. Just a quick one. Also want to add that of course policy plays a role in this nutrition policy. You can have nutrition policies that will actually ensure that we have a healthy food environment such that we don't have an oxygenic food environment. I think it will go a long way to actually ensuring that everybody stays healthy. Thank you very much, Mr. Godfrey. Thank you very much, Theo. It was a very nice time. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tosin. Thank you. So I would just like to add from my own end that you can also do meal preps, meaning that even if it's just one day of the weekend that you have, can prepare like 3 to 4 or 5 different
Yeah.
meals that you can put in your probably fridge or whatever, and then be warming over the week. So meal preps really help to like ensure that you plan ahead what you're going to eat for the week, even if it's just one day of the week that you have off. So I really enjoyed this session, and I'm sure that so many other people also enjoyed this session. Thank you so much, everyone that joined us. Ezine has dropped a link in the chat. You can just click
Okay.
on the link to join our WhatsApp group. We usually post links to our articles. Like Mr. Godfrey said, we have very, very wonderful articles that we usually write, day to day, that you can just click on the link to read. So you can click on that link in our chat to join our WhatsApp group. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much to our host, Mr. Godfrey. Thank you very much.
Thank you for
I'm sure
having
that
me.
Thank you. I'm sure that everybody that joined, they really enjoyed, today's session. We have some questions on the website, and we'll be leaving the answers they have provided. We'll be leaving them in the comments also on the website. So you can visit our website anytime just to go back and visit this event that we had today, just to go over some of the questions that we asked and the answers that we provided to them. Thank you so much, everyone. I wish us, a healthy life, a healthy diet, a healthy lifestyle. It's not just diet. We focus so much on diet today. There's the exercise part too. So
Yes.
yes, yeah, that he
Physical
has mentioned.
activity.
So let's also ensure to, incorporate that into our day-to-day life. I'm very sorry about how we overshot our time. Normally it's just 1 hour, but today I think because of how interesting today's topic is, where we went above our time. So thank you so much, everyone. We're really glad to have you. We're really glad to have had you here with us. Thank you so much, Mr. Godfrey. So like I've said, I hope we
Thank
have
you.
clicked the link in the chat just to join our WhatsApp group. Thank you, Ezine, for working in the background. All right, thank you so much, everyone. So we can have a good night. Good night, everyone. Bye. Bye, Mr. Godfrey.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Yeah.
And thanks to my audience, Dr. Emmanuel Benlo, Ezine, Aoyomi, thank you very much. Oluwapelumi, I'm so grateful. And every other person that would be watching and listening to this broadcast, this session, please let's endeavor to help ourselves. Let's endeavor to live a healthy life, because if you don't take care of yourself, no one will. So please
Thank
take
you,
good care of
sir.
yourself. Thank you
And
to
you
my
too.
hosts.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, sir. Good night, sir. Bye.
Good night. Good night,
Bye.
everyone. Thank
Yeah.
you.